What is happening, guys? Welcome on back. So today we got a lot of stuff to get done, so we're going to jump right into it. We're going to get to the new Hotel Krat, Eventide, and then we're also going to take out the entire underground facility. And I think we'll do this all in this episode. We'll decide later on if we'll chop it into a couple sections, but let's go ahead and talk to Goddard to start out.
Can you help an old... This easel... Do you see a painting?
Go ahead and help her out. Her painting will be right here. We're going to grab that for her.
Even though I can't see, it is very precious to me. Since I'm sure you would love to hear my...
So go ahead and listen to her story.
Once, unfortunately, stumbling. What do you think? What do you see when you look?
And you're going to want to tell her incredible is a brilliant work of art.
I lost myself. You know the world. However, I am a... I tread the path.
And we'll bring her painting supplies later on. Let's go ahead and run back here real quick. There's going to be some loot to pick up back here. And once you grab that, we're good to get on the train. Or tram, I guess. It's not really a train, it's a tram. And this will take us to the new Hotel Krat. Well, in this case, I guess it would be the old Hotel Krat. It would be before the grand opening. Since we're back in time. I actually like this Hotel Krat better than I do the regular one from base game, just because things are in a more condensed area. You don't have to run around to change up things as much. I'll explain that here in a bit. But once you get here from the tram station, we can just go on through. Just follow the cat on back through the elevator, take that back down. And it's about to get real recognizable. This is going to pop us in back here.
Hotel Krat. I know, I still can't believe it myself. This must be before the grand opening.
In this little room back here, and we're going to pop out back here behind where Vingini used to stand. So this is where Vingini stood before. That's in the same place as before, but we came out through there. Kind of cool. Anyway, though, go ahead and open up this chest. And that's going to give us the upgrade core. So the upgrade core is a complete new way of using upgrades in this DLC. Use the upgrade core to further amplify the abilities of the P-Organ. You can upgrade the P-Organ in the Activate P-Organ menu. So just to demonstrate this, we're not going to be doing this right now, but if we sit down in the P-Organ chair, and we go to Activate P-Organ, if we look in here, we now have a new option to RT over. So at the very top it says P-Organ and then Upgrade P-Organ. You can go to RT over, and then you can actually upgrade things you already have. So it's kind of cool. So let's say you want more enhanced fatal attack. You can upgrade that to a further level. Or say, for example, you want to increase throwing object position limit. You can upgrade that to another level. Now, right now, we really don't need to use this, so you just kind of save your quartz up. Later on, we can, if we need to. But if you wanted to look here what we are running for this, if you are not coming from my old walkthrough from the base game, basically, we're just running a pretty solid defensive build based around maintaining health. So link dodge, increase pulse cells, retain guard regain, increase pulse cells 2, increase cube uses, enhance pulse cell recovery, perfect guard cause stiffness, increase special grindstone uses, and then increase cube uses by 2. Now, if you wanted to pick up another one here, you could. I would recommend retain guard regain 2. But like I said, you don't need to at the moment. We might do that later on. Anyway, though, a little bit of other things here to talk about before we continue on. You'll recognize this place a lot. I mean, this is Hotel Krat. It's going to be pretty similar to the last Hotel Krat, just things are a little bit more nicer placed. I'll explain that here once this cutscene loads out. But you can go ahead and grab the Stargazer real quick. Now, if we run backwards, now this is what I really like about this. So right over here, we have this, which is from the base game, the same place. We're going to go ahead and modify the Legion Arm. And we're going to go over to Falcon Eyes, and we're going to unlock that. Actually, I'm sorry, Craft Legion Arm. Go to Craft Legion Arm, go to Cataclysm, and we're going to unlock this. And then we're going to go into Modified Legion Arm, and we're going to level Cataclysm all the way down. And we don't have that Legion Caliber yet. We must have missed it somewhere because we had it in the walkthrough prep. It's okay, not a big deal. We can actually just go get a Legion Caliber right away. Right by going over here. If we talk to Klaus...
Oh, indeed, you're lucky.
Go ahead and trade ancient discs, and this is where you can actually trade your ancient discs that you've been collecting through this DLC. So right here, go ahead and grab that Legion Caliber.
Collecting, just imagine. What had they endured? Imagining others.
He also is the one that has boss weapons too, so you can go to him to have boss weapons. Alright, now we're going to switch that to Cataclysm. And go ahead and modify that, and go ahead and level that to Perfect Reload. So let's talk about this real quick. Let's pull this in here, switch Legion Arm if you haven't already. So Cataclysm. Cataclysm is a Legion Arm that stores energy to fire shotgun shells. Charging will increase its power, and shells that have been charged once will be unloaded after a set period of time. Now, this is pretty cool. This is something you can charge up, and it will stay charged for a decent bit. So you can like charge it up, get some attacks in, and then when you get, the cool thing about this is when you get him to enemy to a critical, so it's blinking, you just release this, and they're going to be staggered. It's very, very nice, very, very handy, and it scales in Motivity. It's Motivity A, so it's designed perfectly for this build. If we go around back real quick, I want to show you this. So there's different ways to go about it. So if we wanted a quick shootout, we could just tap it. It's going to give a simple 380. So you can use it to chime damage. That's a little bit useful, not very much, but useful a little bit. We can also charge it up all the way. So now it's going to be charged. Now that little thing, if you look down in the left-hand corner, that little thing going around with the red shows how long we have left. So it's counting down. We can do our damage. We can get some attacks in. It's blinking. Oh, boom. Now it's staggered. 2351 damage out, just like that. So very, very nice to use. Also, one more thing I want to talk about is the Perfect Reload. So if you charge this and perfectly let it out, or not, oh, you gotta let it go right at the right time. Right there. 886 if you do a Perfect Reload. It comes out super quick in an 886, and it's almost a stagger every time. So yeah, very, very useful to know how to do that. And we're going to be using that through the rest of this entire walkthrough. Other than that, we're going to do a few things here with our weapon. So we're going to modify and have a stronger weapon here going into this next area. We're going to go over here. Now over here is where we can upgrade, alter handle, assemble weapons, and purchase. So this is something new they gave us in the DLC. We can now purchase as many of these stones as we want, and then limited qualities of the Hidden Moonstone, Crescent Moonstone, and Half Moonstone. But we can also buy unlimited amounts of these. So they're a little cheaper to buy the limited ones, and a little bit more expensive to buy the unlimited. And we also get 6 Dark Moonstones of the Covenant as well that we can also buy. So keep that in mind if you want to upgrade some new stuff. But let's go ahead and alter the handle of something. We're going to alter the handle of this right here. And we're going to change this to a Motivity to an S rank. So now we have an S rank in Motivity for this handle. Let's go ahead and assemble weapons. We're going to assemble this with that brand new handle. So right there. Couldn't find it there, but the Maniac's pinwheel handle. So we want to craft the Live Puppet's Axe Blade with the Maniac pinwheel handle. And that's going to be giving us a 348 plus 106.15. Very, very good damage. Very, very powerful. Highly recommend checking this out. Very good, very good. Go ahead and assemble that. You're going to notice this thing hits like a truck. So if we want to play around with this a little bit, I'll show you this right way to use this weapon. So on top of our awesome Fable Arts, we have our L2, if we hold down, has a double slash now. 1,143 in that one double slash. If we do regular RB, we have simple little swings. And they come out pretty quick too. I mean, a little bit, 2,166 damage there in about 7 seconds total. So not too bad for a motivity weapon. And then if we talk about Fable, if we do LB and Y, 2,063 damage and 1 Fable Arts. And we can also use the Y as well, which gives us a nice 1,030. So just a few things there to talk about, but not much. But yeah, very, very good damage on this weapon. Very strong. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk to a few people here. Let's go ahead and talk to Lumachio.
Well, well, and yet you're... But no matter. Ignorant fools, I do so look forward to working.
He's going to give you another grindstone coating capsule, and then go ahead and run through all his dialogue.
Red hair, but perhaps you've heard. But he was no stalker of almost everyone. A helper? Yeah. Simply perhaps there's a reason. Perhaps you've heard. But he was no stalker of almost everyone. Romeo. Oh. He could be the...
He'll help you understand too about some of these characters.
A word to the Mona. Who's that? Oh, he said not that I. There's someone in my...
He'll also tell you about Klaus, but just make sure and run through everything. And then we're going to run back here. On the left-hand side, there's going to be a letter from Geppetto. Crumbled letter. If you want to listen to records, they're right here too. But as you see, like I said, everything is in a condensed area. It's all back there in that hallway. So if you come back here and do upgrades, it's all in one slot. The base game, you kind of had to run all around to do stuff, and it just kind of got wild. This is just a much more condensed area. But go ahead and talk to Klaus. We're going to talk a little bit more about Klaus here. Go ahead and run through his dialogue first with talk.
Oh, when she came still.
He's got a lot of stuff to tell you.
I've heard he died. I'm you. Let's see. Also, besides that, the rent I can.
And then if we go back to the main menu, we can look at trade rare ergo. So if you want to, trade any boss weapons, now you have, this is your new boss weapon, dude. It's okay. Increases stamina consumption and damage for normal attacks. The damage increase isn't all that great, and it does use a lot more stamina, so I would not recommend this with a motivity build. Maybe with a tech build, but that's about it. Increased Fable Arts damage inflicted on a staggered enemy. It's all right. And then these are all from the base game and stuff as well. So this was the Macquarie Puppets Ergo from the from Maricona that we fought. It's a pretty cool technique weapon. If you're playing technique, definitely give this a try. It's very fast-paced, but, with technique, there's not a ton of stagger, so just keep that in mind. But it is a fun weapon altogether. And if you go to trade ancient discs, you can get some quartz. You could get an ancient disc mask. We'll be getting everything. We'll have enough ancient discs by the end of this walkthrough where we'll be able to pick up everything. And you can also get the bell cower to put that on the cat. It's not a side quest, but you can do it just to make yourself feel like a completionist. But once we talk to all of that, we can go down here and grab one more lore piece. Letter from an old friend. And then we're going to go upstairs real quick in Hotel Krat. We're going to go out to the garden. So in the base game where the tree is also here as well. So we go up to the left-hand side. We cannot go up to the right-hand side in this Hotel Krat. We're going to go back here. Same place as before. Back out to the garden. And if you look at here, this is where we can purchase cubes. This little suitcase right here. You want to come back and purchase those. They're all back here. Go ahead and pick up that little letter delivered to the garden. Go ahead and harvest your tree. And then back here is going to be a black rabbit door. So if you click on it right now, we don't have the key. You need a black rabbit hole key. Lucky for us, that key is actually in the outfit of the last one we got. So if we go to costume and we put on that brand new costume that we got last episode, Piercing Death's Hunting Hair Apparel, we're going to get the black rabbit hole key and the Brotherhood's notes. So those will come up. We can look at those. read the notes, and they kind of just give us a clue where the other ones are and stuff like that. But then we can go ahead and open this door. And there's going to be the safe right back here. And once we have all that, we're good to go. We're going to head on back downstairs. And now, if you read all Klaus's stuff, Klaus recommended that you go downstairs, and that will take us to the next area. So if you remember from base game, this took us down to a cavern area. Well, in the past, this was a research laboratory. So we're going to hit this button, and this will take us to the laboratory. Now, how a laboratory turns into a ancient ruins is beyond me, but somehow that happened. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is my least favorite part of the DLC. I think this place was really badly designed, but I will try to get you through this in the best way possible, because some of this can be kind of confusing and irritating too, just the way they place the enemies and stuff. But we shouldn't have that much of a trouble. We'll get through it together. Let's go ahead and go out through here. There's going to be no enemies through this area, so don't have to worry about that. And then go ahead and just open this door. And this will bring us to the first Stargazer. That was Monard's family master key. And just go ahead and get that Stargazer. And go ahead and rest. Alright, so before we get taken off, let's go ahead and switch some things up. So we're going to be fighting back to corrupted stuff in here. So you can either switch to a fire weapon, or keep this, or just turn on some fire stuff too as well. So I'm just going to switch in some fire stuff. I'm going to keep the pinwheels there. These are okay, but I feel like, I guess I can leave those. They're good to get staggers off if I need to. And then we're going to switch that to also fire. And I think that's about it. Let me go ahead and switch on this too to fire. And we should be good. Anyway, though, up the right-hand side, there is going to be a stairs right here. Go ahead and move up these stairs. And you're going to want to run all the way around here. And you're going to want to remember this door for later on. It's going to be another black rabbit hole door. We don't have the key yet. We'll get the key in the underground facility later on. Going to want to grab that. And then jump down here, and we'll go on for progression.
Did you hear that? Could that be Leia? No one in our time knows how she disappeared or how she died. Even if she died. Here's hoping it's got nothing to do with this deeply disturbing alchemist released.
Those guys will attack once or twice. Sometimes they'll attack a couple times. There's going to be one back behind this boxes too, so be ready for him. I'm going to wait till this guy walks away a little bit over. That way I can take out him without him seeing. And then we have a brand new enemy. So to talk about these guys, they're pretty easy. We can actually get backstabs on them. So if we go into them, we're going to hold up block, and we're just going to get around them, and we're going to get a backstab. They're pretty slow, pretty easy to take out. So this will be a shortcut for later on. You'll remember this later. We're going to take the left path. Go down this way. There'll be a couple dudes down here, so just take out one at a time here. Gonna be another one of these dudes. Oh hell, I guess he didn't see us. Alright, perfect. We'll just take out this guy first. This attack is probably the hardest one that they do. We're just gonna go around this dude. And then we can take out this guy. We'll get that chest later on. Then we're going to go down through the little sewer area here. There's going to be some more enemies down here, so be careful. Yep, these guys, so they throw ice, they'll try to freeze you. The best way is to kind of just coax them out, or you can use throwables to take them out. Once one is dead, the other one can be taken out pretty easy. Always want to check the ceiling too. These guys like to drop off the ceiling from out of nowhere. There's going to be a path up here. You can grab this right up here. And then we're going to go back down and take another right. So stay on the right-hand side. This will take us up into here. So up into here, this will be another shortcut door for later on. So this one will open right now. This will take you to here. So if you died through there, that's where we had run through. And then this is that shortcut door I just showed you. So if you die, that's how you get back to this place. Through here, there's going to be a couple enemies. Just be careful. They kind of pop out of nowhere here. That's going to be another shortcut door just to show you. For later, there's a lot of shortcut doors in this area, which is good because this is the most confusing area of the DLC. Go ahead and take this one out by throwing shit. This will be another one back behind these. Once you get through this area, this is actually the worst area in the entire DLC, so the rest is actually pretty nice. There's one other area that's kind of confusing, but it's not that bad. These guys like to have whips. They'll whip out their hair, kind of, and throw it at you. You can do a few things here. You can wait till they do that and then run in and attack them. You'll stagger them, or you can just block that and get your regain back. It's up to you, however you choose. Now remember, you do have a big weapon, so swinging in a small hallway is never going to be ideal. Just keep that in mind. And then we're going to be down here on the lower level. This will open up two areas, so there'll be two different paths to take. Now, this is honestly up to you. I think I've ran them both in the prep to see which one worked better. I believe the right path on the left is faster and more efficient, but if you wanted to fight through everything, you could go down there too. We're going to actually take the path on the left, though. Be a couple things that fall down from the ceiling. Just take those dudes out. We're going to go on the little rafters here. We're going to go through this one right here. And we're going to drop down onto this pipe. And then we're going to drop down onto that pipe over there. I don't think there was any loot over on that side. No, because there's a chain right there. Alright, so you're going to drop down into right there. Be very, very slow, very, very careful and methodical here so you don't fall off. You're going to hear things shooting at you, but that's just to scare you. They cannot hit you from up here. And then you're going to drop down onto this one. Line it up good, because this game has a tendency to go off a little kilter. That will break off. That's good. That's just going to take you right down to here. And then you're going to go into here. Alright, now from here, there's going to be a couple enemies down in this area. A couple enemies down there that we're going to fight through and take out. Don't worry about him right now, because right now we're going to sneak around back and take this dude out up there. So that dude, we can actually go back this way. Back through here. And this is the beneficial part, I think, of taking the path on the left, because you can actually just get behind that dude instead of having to run past him. Because he's kind of hard to dodge. But as you see, he'll just be up here. We can do a few things here. We can light him on fire, if we have any fire things. We can also just wait for him to do his 3 shots, and then tackle him too as well. We're going to do that. Stagger him. Go ahead and get the stagger there. and go ahead and take him out. Now, I do want to keep in mind, too, that you should have on this Piercing Hatred Amulet. If you do not have this on, these things can be extremely dangerous because they will put out decay, which will literally melt your health bar. So make sure to be using the Piercing Hatred Amulet once again. It'll be saving your life in this area. This looks like something you can break down. It's not. So just go ahead and jump down into here then. Now you don't have to worry about him. There's going to be a couple dudes that fall down. Just clean up the trash here. And then you can go ahead and grab everything. There's going to be another one that drops down, I think, too. Yep, right there. So if you recognize this place, we were just here. We went around there, killed him, and then we grabbed that. Now we can go through the tunnel area. I guess there was one more up there as well. So now we can go through here, back up and around, back up here, and also to the right. We're going to go back through that same door where we just fought that dude, and go up the ladder for progression. Alright, next area. There's going to be a dude behind this wall as well as that dude, so just be careful here. You could throw some stuff to try to coax this one out. He might come over without the other one coming over, maybe. We'll find out. So yeah, he did. Oh, these guys are the ones that grab you, so be careful about that. And how I do that smash attack is I dodge into it, and I'll do a smash. So if you press dodge and then attack with RB, you'll do that smash attack. Coming up here, we got another one of those dudes up here. We also have some other guys that will come down to as well, but let's just focus on this dude first. Get his attention. We're going to fight him back here then. Always go around their right-hand side. But this time I'm forced to go around their left. There's the railing right there. Just back up when they do this. And they'll just jab. When there's railings like this, they're kind of hard to fight because you can't get around them like that, so just be careful. Over here, there's going to be one of these guys. Just be careful that this guy doesn't see you right away. Wait till he turns around, and then you can go ahead and backstab him. Back here. Just some loot. And then you can take out this one over here. I'm going to coax him over here, and I'm going to drop a fire thing, try to burn him at the doorway here. And then back through there, we'll do that in just a second here. We're going to go up through here first. Take out the small ones that drop by. And you'll see this is another shortcut for later. Right there, over top of my weapon, you're going to see an elevator. That's where we're trying to go to right now. So go ahead and make our way over there. A few things to fight here first. Remember, those guys swing about 2 times every time. We can go ahead and grab this real quick, and then we'll be on our way out. So go ahead and go this way. Up through, back through here. And then before you take the elevator down, break through this wall. For a little bit of lore.
I'd say the deceased was an alchemist. A high-ranking one, too. Could be the warden. Even he fell to the legendary stalker in a single blow. So, no warden, no control. Would explain all the chaos here.
And go ahead and take the elevator down. And this will actually take us back to the first Stargazer. Go ahead and talk to this dude that's dying.
No! Spare me. Do you think good thing of it? A stalker? Wait, it was a trap. But then I've seen such things. Help me!
So he wants us to help him, but I've tried everything to try to help this guy by trying to kill him and everything, and nothing works. So I think he's just there to yell help me all the time. You're gonna go back here, grab the frost-covered instructions, and read about that, and then there's gonna be a door over here with that chest that I had pointed out before, right behind there, that we're gonna grab now. This will give us the Legion Amulet. So the Legion Amulet, real quick to talk about that. This amulet will increase Legion arm attack. So the arm that we have, we could even increase the damage even more if we put this on. Honestly, we probably won't be using it, but if you wanted to, the option is there. Anyway, though, we're just going to run back over here, open this door, and this will take us right back to the Stargazer. Okay, so this next area, we got to take out a little mini boss to progress. Now, we have to do a few things to prep for this dude, because he's kind of tricky. I'm going to recommend taking out the pinwheel things and maybe putting in something like the cluster grenades. Those work really good. They lock him down. We're going to be fighting like a beast with a big ball, like a crane ball that whips it around. Kind of interesting, but he's also puts on shock. So we also have to put on something that negates a little bit of shock damage. So go ahead into your defense parts. Go ahead and put on the shock resistance arch shock cartridge. Arch shock cartridge. Try to say that 10 times fast. Anyway, though, once that's good, we can also put on one that deals best with strike, because he deals strike damage. So look at slash, strike, and pierce. So we'll put on, let's see here, strike. I think it's this one, actually. Yeah, strike damage. Okay, so put on strike damage. That'll be the best one with this dude. And also damage against carcasses, because he is a carcass. So go ahead and increase damage inflicted on carcasses. And we should be good to go. Go ahead and make sure you're using Cataclysm too. We'll be using that here. And then we're just going to head on back to where we left off over here with the elevator. So right through here, we're actually going to just run through this next section. We're not going to fight anything, just we're going to run through it. So we're going to run straight down this path, straight into here, and straight down the hole. Then we're going to flip this way. We're going to drop down into here, and we're going to go through here. Through here. We're just going to keep to the right-hand side, run all the way up through here, and over here. You can go back later too and grab the stuff you missed. We're just worried about getting this guy dead first, because this guy will be the most of our problems. Go ahead and put your fire on, charge up your Legion, and go on out. Throw some cluster grenades out. His windups are very strong too, so be very careful with that. As you see, that's almost impossible to dodge. Once he's dead, then this will open up. Back through there. That will open up through there. So if you wanted to open this right now, you could. And then that will just take you back to the progression. So this is progression for later on. But let's go back and go ahead and grab that stuff we missed. There's an item back here, a couple things. There was a Moonstone too we can get as well. So down here, we're going to take out this dude first. And we're going to stay to the left-hand side. We do not want that to spawn out yet till this guy's dead. Once this spawns out, it'll spawn in the middle here. That'll give you a nice Moonstone the Covenant. I don't know how far back we can actually go here. Get that stuff. We'll see how far back we can go here. There's not much to grab. There's just a few loot pieces here. Over through here, if we wanted to go up through there, there's going to be a ladder. Also these things too, so remember that. These things are going to drop out of the cage actually too here, so be careful here. I would recommend running out, getting them to break out first, fighting these guys in here, and then taking out the big guy. I want that one to break out here first, over here. I'm going to go back in here, fight this dude over here. Come on, dude. And then once he's taken out, then we can just take out this dude. Wait for him to shoot, though. Oh shit, I forgot I have to put a DK on. I forgot I took that amulet off. Go ahead and put that amulet back on so we don't get hurt by DK. Then once all of those guys are dead, this will be another shortcut over here. This was one of the shortcuts from before. So just to remember, if you have the shortcut over there, if you died, you'd come through there, and you come through here then. Alright, so we have another hard enemy down here. We fought one of these in base game. Now, you don't have to kill this dude by any means, so don't feel pressured to. But if you want to, we're going to give him a good go, just to see if we get him. If we die, and we'll move on. But I just want to see if we can get him. Let's go ahead and... we have 6 health flasks. No, he wasn't too bad at all. But yeah, that dude kicked my ass in my Let's Play 3 times, so don't feel bad if you die to him. Go ahead and grab that, and that's going to give you another one of the weapons for the DLC here. Just to talk about it a little bit here. It's going to be basically an advanced weapon, puppet of the future Welder's blade. It's kind of a cool blade. It can breathe out fire, so if you wanted to use the ability on it, you can hold down it and it will just basically use fire. It's kind of cool. It's nice to have as a secondary because it will melt everything in this level, you know. Any type of carcass it will melt. So kind of a cool blade to have. But anyway, let's go back to our weapon. I might level that up and try that out a little bit. I used it a little bit in the Let's Play and it worked real well. But then this will just open up into another shortcut door that we had run into before. And I believe this opens up, yeah, right here. So then we can just go right on back. And this will take us right on back to progression. So if we go down through here, through the tunnels, and we just run all the way across. I think I grabbed that loot down here, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, now we're going to go up through this hole. Back out through here. This is where we fought the dude, the mini-boss. And then straight on through is progression. You'll remember this area because this is where we went through and we came up here and this was locked. Well, now it's open.
What exactly are the alchemists researching anyway? It has to be for a cure. How else could they justify such horrifying deeds? Oh, I want to forget what we saw, but I can't.
Anyway, that grab the Stargazer. And we should be able to get a level after killing all them. So go ahead and grab a level. And keep boosting that vitality up. If you were wanting to get like a better mobility too, since we're in slightly heavy, you could be leveling capacity. That would help that. But I'm not too concerned with slightly heavy at the moment. Later on I might be. But right now, it's not the end of the world. Alright, so from there, we're going to go out this door here, and now just like every annoying level ever, there's going to be a platforming section. So we have to make our way down through all of this. Overall, this part is not too bad compared to other platforming in other games. Just mainly make sure you don't get hit by these. These, if you do get hit, you're going to take a little bit of freeze damage, and they also might just knock you off, so be careful with that. Also, too, the weapon we're using here is not ideal because it's pretty big. It's hard to see in front of us, so just be careful. I did use this in the walkthrough prep, so it is possible. Just be very careful. Here, go ahead, throw this something to kill this dude so we don't have to worry about that.
Veronique? She sounds completely insane.
And then we'll wait till that goes here, and we'll drop down to the next section.
But I bet we can help her. Let's hurry.
Also, I'm going to turn my lantern on too, just to have a little bit more light. And then here, grab that. And then we'll cross this section. We'll just wait, and then we'll run across once these go down. We're going to go over here. We're going to wait for this one to go. And we're going to drop down onto this section. Then we're just going to wait for this one to go, and we're going to grab this item too. None of these items are very good. There's going to be the black rabbit key that we're going to get here in a little bit, but that's going to be like the only thing worthy of actually picking up here. But I'll still show you how to get every item though, just for the heck of it. Anyway, they'll go over there. Now we're going to make our way around there. We're just going to go down here. And we'll drop down onto this platform right there, that square. I don't think there was anything back on that side. And we're just taking our time here. There's no rush. That thing will drop and it'll just scare you, but that's about it. There's really no reason to worry about that. Over here, this is where we're going to drop down and kill this dude. Just hold down L2. That's going to get you the black rabbit hole key, so that we'll have that key then once we go back out of this level. We're going to go back up here then. Cross over there. And there's going to be an item down there. Just watch out for that. ahead and just kill him. All these things are going to just be... Getting frozen was not ideal. Where's that other one at? There's another one right there. Go through all these tunnels, and we're just going to drop back down through here. That's going to pop us out right here. And then we can just drop down over here and drop down there. I don't know, I held down L2, but it did not work that time. I don't know why. There is one section we did miss up there for an ancient disc, so I'm sorry about that, but if you're missing an ancient disc by the end of this, you can go back and get it. It's just on one of those ledges. You go through one of those tunnels, but that's the only thing up there worthy of other than the Black Rabbit key. But we're just going to keep on going. You won't need all those ancient discs anyway to get everything in the DLC. You'll have plenty. And you'll have a couple extra anyway as well. Alright, so now we have a boss. This is probably one of the harder bosses in the DLC. If you guys are playing on Legendary, this boss is very, very difficult. I mean, almost in a way, I wouldn't say unbeatable. Everything is beatable, but Legendary, I mean, it's so easy to just die in a couple hits from her. Basically, she's going to be a human. She's going to have a huge hammer that basically is like a rocket hammer that she can swing around and stuff. You can break the hammer if you parry it right, but it's actually pretty hard to do to get her parries right. So I definitely recommend using dodge in this battle to get around her. You can backstab her if you're quick enough, but I found a better way to take her out. So the better way to take her out is use acid. So we're going to use the acid abrasive on her, and we're also going to use acid canisters, as well as the puppet string for our Legion arm. So let's go ahead and switch our Legion arm back to puppet string. And the reason why is because what you can do with puppet string, hit her with puppet string, that'll knock her on the ground, it'll give you a couple seconds to pop off those canisters, and you can then just wail on her too as well. So those canisters, those acid will be eating her health down, and also to have some of those canisters, those top canisters, those carcass fluids that you can throw at her too. That'll be really helpful here in this fight. And then another thing you could put too here is you could also use saw blades. Saw blades work really well, especially in the second phase. They can get some extra damage on her. So a few things to keep in mind there for that fight. But for her fight, it's going to be a human fight, so she's going to be pretty fast. Swinging her hammer around, definitely, you know, try to block what you can. You can also use the Perfection Grindstone on this fight. This will help a little bit here. So if you want to use that, go ahead and switch that on. And that will also help break her hammer as well. But other than that, it's a pretty simple fight. It's just a one-phase fight. But like I said, if you're playing on Legendary, be ready to die in like a couple hits, because this fight's way overtuned. But let's go ahead and take her out. Right before I go in, I'm going to go ahead and pop one of these.
My mind is unraveling.
Wait till she summons. And then we're going to hit those canisters. Wait to use Perfection Grindstone until second phase.
I am indomitable. Bear the pain, Veronique. Never surrender.
Go ahead and drop it on the canister. Hit her with this. And then we're going to pop up this. She's going to blow fire here. This is a good way to get time to get around her. I'm just going to block this. Perfect block. Try to break her hammer if I can. ahead and drop some canisters out. I'm gonna heal. Go ahead and throw some of those out. And just unload throwables on her, because at the very end of the fight, she's just going to give you everything she has. So I definitely recommend just using throwables on the end of that.
Forgive me.
Anyway, though, ask about her what happened.
Drug. Please, it is.
About the legendary stalker.
She did.
And then go ahead and salute Veronique.
I die as I live.
And that will give you a bunch of things, but it will not give you the hammer, sadly. That hammer is one weapon that we just don't get. I don't know why. It blows my mind why not, because, I mean, that is just such a freaking cool hammer. But it sucks we can't get it. I hope maybe in the future at something, I don't know. But they should have just gave us the hammer. I don't know why they didn't. But go ahead and turn this generator off. This will turn off all the freezing in the facility. So that one area that was all frozen now we can go down there. We're just going to go ahead and cross over, though, back into this area.
Veronique fought until the bitter end. But even if we could have helped her, it was far too late. At least her suffering is over. I hope she can be at peace and rest now.
And you'll remember this, you'll see this area later on. This is actually a completely different area. But we're not going to be there for quite some time yet. There's still quite a bit to do in the laboratory. Be some loot over to the left real quick to pick up. And then go ahead and go in the elevator and turn on the elevator. And this will take us to the second half of the laboratory. Back here, there's going to be some lore. Or I'm sorry, not lore. It's just going to be a thermite. Then we're going to go ahead and open this door. And you'll remember this dude from the base game. He betrayed us in the base game, but you get to learn more about him in this, which is pretty cool.
I suppose I should expect to meet strange people in such a street. I smell blood on you. But, interesting. Still, that doesn't prove we aren't enemies.
So go ahead and go through all his dialogue. He has a lot of stuff.
I'll take you at your word that my name is I consider any enemy.
So go ahead and ask what he's doing here.
I'm tracking a dangerous relic, but the immense power. These experiments, if you plan to continue exploring this facility, take this horn. Blow it if you find the two-faced overseer.
And we'll want to remember that for later
where
on.
You are in this facility,
so the daylight weathered horn. Go ahead and run through the rest of all his stuff too as well.
I can't rest. Legend. She stepped up. Leia is. It must be. Would you like to ask? Leia. I'd seek her. Trouble. Leia. Regardless, it's possible. It looks almost. But I'm certain. The rose. I have. If true.
Once you run through all of his dialogue,
be sure to blow the horn.
He's just going to remind you about the Overseer. So the Overseer is going to be a boss we fight in this area. And we can actually summon him to help us with the boss with this horn. So to do that, we'll want to put that horn on our belt. So, or I'm sorry, the extra bag. So instead of these sawtooth things, let's go ahead and just scroll down. And we're going to select the daylight weathered horn. And then once that horn is on there, once we get in the boss fight, we can use that and summon him, and he'll come and help us for that boss. Which is funny, because that boss is actually not bad at all. He's actually probably one of the easier bosses, but for the quest line, you do need to summon him. But anyway, then once you're done in here, go ahead and leave this place down the hallway. There'll be a couple paths to take all through here. There's going to be also some stuff here to grab. And then there's two paths. There's a path down there and a path to the right. We're going to take the path to the right. And go ahead and grab the Stargazer. And this is the second half of the underground area. Alright, so from the Stargazer, that's the way we're going to go in a second here. But first we're going to run down this hallway back this way. We should have done this just a second ago, but it's okay. We're going to go down here. And to the left, there's going to be a chest. Go ahead and open that. That's going to give you Klaus's luxury bag. So that will actually expand Klaus's shop. So we can, next time we see Klaus, we can give him that. Then we're going to go back this way through the same hallway and go open that door right by the Stargazer. We're almost through this section, so if you look to the left of us, we were already through all this. You might recognize this area from before. This was that one shortcut from way, way before. But now we're going to go through this way. Go ahead and take these dudes out. Also, too, we can also put on... take off that amulet, and we can put on the carcass killing amulet just to raise our damage a little bit better in this area. There's going to be some loot down here. And there's going to be another hallway down this way, and this is actually going to be Goddard's Art Supplies. So Goddard's Art Supplies, Goddard, we can give these her art supplies, and then she can do her painting for us. Kind of weird how they're in a laboratory, but nonetheless, there they are. We're going to go back up the stairs, then to the right, into this room. There's going to be a few enemies we got to take out. Go ahead and take this one out first. And then this one. There's going to be some loot back in this corner. And then down here, there's a few things we got to worry about. So there's going to be a new type of gun person. The people, those gun shooters, well, these ones shoot ice. So there's going to be one of those in this room, right over there. We can throw something at him, try to take off some damage. He'll run over this way then. And this will also get everybody to come out that other room as well. We're just going to run down there and strike them all. And then once you killed all them, baited all them out, you can go ahead and get this dude for some extra ergo, put him out of his misery, and then we're going to take the elevator the next level up. Up here, we're going to want to take out this dude first by the elevator. We're not going to want to walk over there because the second we do, another dude's going to come in this room. So we want this dude to see us. And there's going to be another one right there. Now you're going to want to fight this dude back here. You're going to not... over there, another dude's going to come out. So you're going to want to fight this dude right over here. We're just going to get around back to him and do a backstab. If we can. Just like that. And then there's going to be one that breaks it up this tank right over here. And that's all there is to it. And we can go to the next room, and we're going to be above everything in this next room. So there's different ways to tackle this way, this route. The best way I've found is to first off go get that loot way over there. Right over here. And then, since we're up here on the rafters, we can really use this to our advantage. There's also going to be some loot over there we can grab as well. Let's go ahead and do that right away. Over here, we're going to want to take this dude out here, so be careful here. And then we can just walk over there. And don't worry about anything down below, that nothing below can actually see us. Just don't fall off the rafters. In my Let's Play, I fell off here and just got annihilated by everything down there. But as you see, there's definitely a few things over there. Don't worry about any of that for right now. We're going to go back and get that in a second. We're going to go back this way, though. Back over this way. We're going to make our way over here where the scientists are working. Right back here. Right back here. And then we're going to fall down right on top of this gate. So it's kind of hard to do, but just drop down right on this gate. Right there. Perfect. And then we can take out some of these dudes. So I recommend taking out the Dat dude first out of all these people, just because... And then drop down here. Take him out. Because once you kill the scientist, the rest of this is pretty easy. They're just, you know, the normal mobs. Just watch out for the grab attack. But once they are all dead, we're going to run over here in this corner real quick, and we're going to grab the shortcut door. So right over by where Goddard's Art Supplies were, that's where this door is. And this is actually going to be the boss for this area, but we're not going to do the boss just yet. But I did want to point that out because this is where Goddard's Art Supplies are, so this is the way back if you do die through this area. So now we're going to go back through this area that we just did, and we're going to work our way back into that corner because there's a chest back there with a pocket watch in it. Now the pocket watch you don't need to get if you want to get it, if you're a completionist. I mean, I'll show you how to get it, but you don't need this by any means. And it's just kind of funny how hard the enemy is there that's guarding it. Now, if you do kill the enemy, you do get some quartz too, which is also awesome. And that's probably the main reason we're going to do it, just to get the quartz. Over here, though, we're going to take out this ground people first. We don't need to worry about anybody up top. No, everybody up top can't even see us. So once all these guys are dead, we have this whole room to take out the big dude. Now the big dude is the one we just fought in the last part of this too, so he's going to have the same moveset. He's a little weaker HP-wise, but for the most part he's exactly the same. So just be careful. I'm going to go ahead and use some fire. And I'm going to try to just go in here and try to melt them. Just be careful here. You need to heal, back away, because he can throw shit through here, so be careful with that. That is so hard to time. Ah, shit. Oh, I'm almost dead. I ran out of damn endurance too. There we go, finally. Then we can get this critical back here. Go ahead and drop some more fire. That'll keep them melted here. That is just so hard to time. I put it a couple times, but that'll give you the quartz, and then once he's dead, you can just go back here and grab pocket watch out of the safe. It's just kind of funny how they have that dude guarding this little pocket watch, which you can just sell this pocket watch. That's all you can do. Klaus will buy it for you, from you, but that's about it. Anyway, though, with all that done, we're just going to go back to the bonfire. Let's go ahead and rest here. Go up these stairs, and it'll be right to your right, across to your left. A little bit of a trek, but not too bad. So let's talk about the boss. We are going to be facing the Two-Face Overseer. Now the first thing we need is going to be that horn, so that when we talk to Alidoro, we can summon him for this fight. So just go ahead and make sure your horn is on your quick belt. Other things we'll need here is fire stuff, so anything good with fire that's going to be very beneficial in this fight. So definitely some grenade clusters could help lock it down. These are very nice fire canisters to light it on. And then also thermites, also good for those one-shots as well, just to knock down its health a bit. It's now the thing is though too, when we summon Alidoro, this thing's going to have more health, a lot more health. So if you are struggling with this, the best way to fight him is solo. But like I said, if you want to do the quest, you should use the horn. So just summon him and you'll be fine. He's probably going to kill Alidoro. He did in my walkthrough prep, but just do the best you can, trying to keep him alive. I don't think you need to keep him alive for the quest, but you just try to do your best on that. But everything else about this fight is just basically block. He's going to be swinging a lot of things at you. Basically, just try to block what you can, dodge, try to get around him and attack. It's not a bad fight. This is really probably the easiest fight in the entire DLC. The only hard part is how much health he has, just because you are going to use a summon.
Subject is behind that door. Where else could it be? Nerves of steel, buddy. Alright, now let's show this Overseer who it's dealing with.
Alright, so right when we get in there, we're going to use the horn, and we're going to go from there. Go ahead and spam the horn.
I was waiting for your call. Let's finish this.
I'm stuck in a corner. I can't do anything. He'll go back to his normal form here in a second. We just have to put up with this for a little bit longer.
The tide has turned in our favor.
I'm going to get ready to use this as well, Perfection Grindstone. He's going to go back into Two-Face form.
Over here. Rest in peace. Wretched warrior.
Yeah, I think he killed Alidoro like, before I could kill him there. I was trying to kill him first just to see what happened. But anyway, though, that'll give you the bloody Cipher Machine. But anyway, that's... Once he's dead, we can just run back through here, through this little tunnel. I'm gonna play a little cutscene for this cave. And we're just gonna make our way through the cave, and then this will be the next area. There's a few more things we gotta do yet, though, so just hang on here. Before going any further, make sure and level here. We're gonna die in this next part no matter what to get back. So go ahead and level up here because we're gonna lose all our ergo that we have. So use as much as you wanna. 14,000. I'm gonna definitely crack some ergo so I don't. So I can get that last level here. That should be enough. Oh, not quite enough. Let's just add some ergo. There we go. Get that 40 vitality. And then from here, we're going to teleport back to the Zelator underground facility, the first one. We got a few more things to do in this episode. We're going to right now go get an amazing weapon. And a really, really fun weapon to have, especially for a motivity build. We might use it, we might not, I'm not sure yet. We'll probably use it, just because it's a really fun weapon. But go ahead and drop down here. This is that area that was frozen before. Go ahead and open that door. I'm going to turn on my lantern again. Oh, did I turn it off? I think I turned it off. Yeah, I did. Okay. Anyway, though, open the door. And this will open into the next area of this. And this area is not too big. There's just a few things to take out here. Another one of these things, be careful. Those are the ones that just have the air that they throw at you. Back here there'll be a safe. That'll give you a Legion caliber. And then there's the next place we're going to go, but first we're going to grab that black rabbit hole key too. I forgot about that real quick. We'll grab that just so we don't forget about that. We're just going to go up this ladder. And if you don't remember where that is, that's just right by the Stargazer, up this stairs. And then we're just going to run around this area. And right to the left here is the door. Once inside, there's going to be a safe to your left. And that will get you the next part of the Black Rabbit outfit. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. It's also going to give you the Black Rabbit Brotherhood family photo. Anyway, though, now we can go down. Just drop down through there. Drop down into here. And now we're going to go right down this path. Going to be a couple of these dudes to take out. All I'm doing is a running running R2 there to kill them in one shot. There'll be a few more of those dudes, so just be careful. They can definitely sneak up on you if you're not careful. Down here, you'll see that the butterfly thing is lighting up. We'll take on that in just a second here. We're going to go down here. And there's going to be one over here. There's going to be one in this corner over here. Kill him first. And then go ahead and kill the butterflies. You have plenty of time too, don't worry. Don't rush. I'll give you another ancient disc. Then up through here, we're going to bait this dude out. Have him come down here. Once we kill him, another one's going to come walking out. One of these dudes with the spear. We're going to bait him down here. Just circle around until you can get the backstab. Once he's dead, we can just run on up through here. This next room will have a few things to take out. I recommend taking out the dude that with the snow gun first. Right up there. But he's coming through the window right here. Yep, that's why we want to take him out first. Because otherwise this gets really sketchy. You need to just use a grenade to lock them down. There'll be one more of those dudes up here too. We can just sprint to get him. And then right down here, we can just drop down here. And there'll be one more to kill in here. And then over here. So we'll take, this is a shortcut for if you wanted to take it. We're just going to die to get out of here. But if you wanted to take the shortcut, here's that method to take that. The reason why is because you have to run through half of this whole level to get out of it if you don't just use one of those things that kills you. So we're just going to do that. We already used all our ergo anyway. So this dude, we're actually going to have this dude follow us up the stairs first. So have this dude come over here. We want him to come up the stairs. Come on, dude. You can do it. Just hold up block, that way if you do take some damage here. We want this dude to come up here, though, first. The reason why is there's other things in this room we have to fight before fighting him. And it's easier if he's stuck in the stairway. There we go. Ah, shit. This is not ideal. It's okay. We'll make it work. Take this dude out first. Okay, now since he's dead... Yeah, these things are annoying. You have to fight a couple of these in this DLC. We're definitely going to make this count. Anyway, though, once you take him out, we're going to go back here and we're going to get a very, very cool weapon. And I give you guys the Vendetta handle. So this is a very, very cool weapon, just to demonstrate it a little bit. So it's a motivity weapon. If you put that, you can juice the handle up too by putting a motivity handle on it. But the cool thing about this handle is if we tap Y, we can blow up things with this. And I think we killed everything, so can't really show you this, but I'm going to see if I can find something real quick to show you. Should be something down here real quick. Yep, there we go. So, just pretty cool. It does blow up when you use the L2, but you have to use a Fable Art for that as well. So it's not the best in terms of, like, easiness to use, because you do have to have Fable to make the best out of this, but it's just a fun weapon altogether. But anyway, though, let's go ahead and put this back on. And once we've done all that, once we killed him, grab that, we're just going to teleport on out of here. So we're just going to use this, the last resort. And that will take us back to the last grace that we had. We have one more thing we got to do here real quick. Go ahead and back to the Stargazer here. And now we are going to teleport back to the zoo tram station. We're going to go give Goddard her art supplies.
Those steps.
So go ahead and give her the art
What have you
supplies.
there? I thought these gone. Thank you. Now, I have very.
So she's going to give you a dim ergo chunk. And basically, she's going to work on her art, and you're going to come back later in the DLC, and there'll be an art piece that she gives you, and you can hang that in the hotel later on. But anyway, though, we can go ahead and travel on back to where we left off then. The Ancient Ruins excavation site. And that is where we will pick up on the next episode. So hopefully nothing gave you too much of a hard time. Hopefully the steps I gave you got you through that area. I'm going to tell you too right now, that was the worst area of the DLC, the underground facility, in my opinion. The rest of this is pretty easy for the most part. There's a couple hard bosses obviously left, but in terms of like level design, I feel like the underground facility was the most confusing part to get through. Very different from the base game, considering the base game, was just a, follow a path, basically, and you're going to get to where you need to go. It's kind of easy to get lost in that underground facility. But anyway, though, we are going to wrap up there. Stay tuned, guys. Much more coming soon.